I'm Arif Iqbal, and you're watching WNS News. New details have emerged on the attempted abduction of Hanako Arasaka at the Arasaka-sponsored Dashi Parade. Early accounts first reported that the assailant struck as the parade was in full swing.
Pump shit. That's just playing. Apparently I'm going to whatever this is.
Mine! None of this me! Cold, dead metal! All of it!
Are you okay? Don't you take a vow against chipping implants?
Of course we do. You think I did this to myself? I apologize I cannot bow in greeting. I am still adjusting to my situation.
Hold on. Somebody forced you?
Not just me. My brother, too. They drugged us. Desecrated my body. And all the while, they mocked me. How can you do this to a fellow human being and still mock them?
Dude, that's fucking terrible.
Makes no sense. Who'd go and do something like this, and why?
We were out begging for alms when they approached us. They laughed at us and asked if we would take implants as a donation. They looked more machine than human. They told us they would improve us like tools.
Maelstrom. How about your brother? He's still with them?
Yes. I was first. Then they were trying to decide how to modify him. You look like someone who can reason with these people. I beg you, please, help my brother.
Don't worry.
I'll
make sure they'll be reasoned with.
No matter what, for him to end up
like your brother back.
Like I have.
What?
These people, this monk, he got turned into fucking got cyberpunk
but
where
you know things might get
and him and his brother both
Maelstrom doesn't mess around.
Taken by Maelstrom.
There must be some other way. Help us, please.
Yeah, I'm about to
without
fuck
any
up
bloodshed.
this guy because he was like, please, maybe you can reason with them. I'm like,
either way,
I'll make sure they'll be reasoned with one way or another.
I'll reason with
them. They're keeping him in a shop just north of here.
You know what's crazy?
You find it next to the road along
I was like, it's toasty in here still. I was like, let me check the temperature. You want to take a guess on how hot it is in here?
Include this in your epic.
How much?
What are you gonna do?
Give me a number. Take a guess.
Meditate till they drop dead.
I'll tell you if it's higher or lower.
Wish you drop dead.
Higher by 1.
81.
It's 81 degrees in here.
Damn, that's sorry. I was laughing at Johnny. Me and him just flipped each other off.
Good.
We were smiling. Listen, I was pissed off at Johnny. I was like, man, fuck Johnny. He could die whenever he stole my body and, like, did all that shit. But then when he was like, alright, I won't do it again, and he had a heart-to-heart, like how Songbird did, but it sounded more genuine, I was like, alright, I trust Johnny. He needs to work on himself getting better. He knows that, which is good.
Yeah.
Oh! I didn't realize because I'm always listening to the radio now in Cyberpunk, and it's usually the 98.7. Lizzie Wizzy makes Delicate Weapon. It's one of the songs, and I didn't realize that, and they quote her on Spotify as Lizzie Wizzy too, as the song, which is funny. Cause like I'll listen to the fucking Cyberware one, like the Night City one, and this one is pretty fire. But I like doing it just randomly. Yeah, let's hack. Let's hack our way through this. Ain't nobody need to know.
You know.
This guy just called me a pussy. I'm saying hacking pussies.
You know, it's real convenient that the air stops working as soon as they decide to go to Mexico. Oh my God, the air's working right now. Oh wait, hold on. The air might be working. Oh my God.
Johnny, your pistol takes way too long to reload.
So this is where they're keeping our fellow brother.
Oh my God.
Hold on.
I
All
love
the vents.
No!
Hold on.
Stay away. Sorry.
Did Tim fucking close the vents or some shit? Hold on.
Do not do this.
I swear to God, if the vents have been closed and that's why we're not getting air, I'm shooting Tim next time I see him.
Calm down. It's over now. I'm not with them.
So,
No, only some of the vents are
Wait,
closed.
what the fuck? Why did I find? I found a submachine gun. Oh my God. I might have to use that. It's called Fenrir.
Hey, the mythology, that's what Kyle's wolf is named after.
Yeah, this gun's named after it. And I was reading the description, because it's one of the legendary guns that you have to find. And it says, rounds deal electrical damage with a chance to disable enemy cyberware. Maelstrom's gang goons will piss themselves at the sight of this weapon. If I wasn't running this pistol and shotgun option, I would. Because I really like fucking Mr. Ham's revolver.
what are you doing here?
Because it does 200 headshot damage and shit. But Johnny's is
Glad I got here in time.
fucking
Are you okay?
awesome, but
Did
it
they
takes
do anything
forever
to
to
you?
load.
I was lucky.
As
They couldn't
sad
decide
as
which
it is.
implant will be.
I
Because
love
Johnny's
it.
is the one I use
Cyber psychos. The
Yeah,
in my build.
I originally used the pink one that you get in the first mission for half of the game. Legit. And then when I did the DLC, I got Her Majesty, which is Alex's pistol, which you won't meet her until a little bit later. And then I got the Mr. Hand's revolver, and I've been just straight using that because it's been the best weapon. And now Johnny's has been the best for me because I like the explosive thing, but also his shoots really good. And then I have Becca's shotgun equipped, but I've used it like a few times, but barely.
One of them wanted to remove my jaw.
As much as I'd like
Thought
to say I
itself
would
gave me
like to use
shivers.
it more.
Thankfully,
But
did not get the
I
chance.
don't.
To what do I owe this intervention of yours?
Your
was
brother
walking
sent
by
me,
and caught
buddy.
some lame jokes about metal monks. Think about Maelstrom. They're never just joking. Now, the truth's that your brother sent me. He didn't want the same thing to happen to you.
Thank you for coming to my rescue. But my life is not worth the death of
I'm
others.
sorry.
One good deed does not
Those
justify
people
the suffering
deserve
you
to
have
die.
suffered. You have committed evil in its
I've
purest
committed evil,
I liked your brother more.
buddy.
Your brother's
I
waiting
don't really
for you.
care
Not far from
what
here.
you think.
First, I
I
must
will
catch
kill
my
people.
breath. And then I
They
shall
were.
go. It is him who shall need saving now.
Who knew monks were ungrateful little brats?
Yeah, Johnny.
Maybe you should apologize for saving his Gannic ass too. Tired of assholes saying there are good and bad people in this world. There are only good choices and shitty ones. Must have made a good one, because why else would Karma leave all this sweet gear just ripe for the picking?
I like where you're going with this.
Okay, Johnny, I like you. You're fucking awesome. Every time I think I know Johnny, and then he says shit that.
Throws you a curveball.
Yeah, he's awesome. Cause he was just
Dude,
like, oh, why should we take this ungrateful monk's thing, blah blah blah. The way I see it, there's only good and bad choices. And I say we got left with the good thing because look at all this loot that's left. I'm like, yeah, we like that.
First shit, let's go. Also, I went quiet for a second because I was talking to Julie.
Oh no, you're good.
And I went upstairs. I was like, because I just had to grab my phone and bring it down here so I could be on it.
Fair.
And I was like, Julie, you won't believe it. And she was like, what? I was like, it's 80 fucking 1 degrees in this house. She was like, Jesus Christ. I'm like, yeah.
Jeez.
And I said, I told her how I literally have the air you can kind of start to feel it. I literally have it on 50. I have it as low as it can go.
Damn.
Listen, I don't know what else to do because it's 81 fucking degrees in this house.
I get that because if I were to turn off my AC now, in 2 minutes it would get cold. Or warm. It would get so hot.
That's the thing. Usually when I talk to my mom, she complains about it being cold here. Motherfucker.
Yeah.
You guys must have fucking used all of your AC shit until it broke and then left. Cause like, it actively says 81 degrees.
Wow.
Like, I don't want to hear shit. Like I was telling Julie, I was like, I don't want to hear. I hope to God they don't go, oh, dude, why did you have it running so much? Our bill went up, and I'm gonna be like, it didn't even fucking work. We were trying to stay fucking cold in your fucking hot ass house. Oh, you guys are chilling it in a pool in fucking Mexico.
Yeah, we don't have a pool. They had to make a digital pool.
No, the fucking best, another part that I'm fucking finding hilarious is that I have to, when I do go to bed, because it's hard to fucking sleep in heat. Yeah. I'm someone who already overheats, and so this is like torture. So I have to, 1 minute to go to bed, then I gotta wake up, go mow grass, and then instead of normally like, oh, I just finished mowing grass and we go upstairs and sit in the nice AC, it's alright, I just finished mowing grass and we walk all the way down to my mom's and fucking, should I take a shower? Because I'm gonna be sweating anyway. I just hope it gets better. I told Julie, I was talking to her, but she fell back asleep and made me talking to her, but I was like,
oh my gosh.
She's tired. I'm letting her go to bed, but I was like, I put it at like 50 because like it can always get too cold. Yeah. I'd rather it be too cold and then we just turn off the air and we sit with the cold that we get from it.
You're gonna always
like that's fine with me. Yeah, I can only take off so much. If I were to take off my last bit of layers, I'd be walking around this house naked. I'm literally in my underwear because it's so goddamn hot. Usually it's like, oh, I go in my underwear and I'm going to bed, but no, right now it's fucking hot as fuck. I physically can't. The only reason these underwear is still on is because I'm sitting in front of a fan right now. This fan wasn't here to save my life.
It would be looking like the Saltburn house. Oh my god, I pulled up to the last
I'd be dancing. I'd be dancing.
But on the dance floor. Where's my Ripper Doc? I'm gonna pay him off. Because I have $108,000. And I can't really buy new cyberware that helps me.
Fair.
So I'm gonna pay him off. You know, a little 20 grand. Nothing too crazy. Is this him? If I could just, you know, find that would be cool. Actually, I can see it in my journal. Duh, why am I pay off in full? Yes. It's only 21,000. Oh, I made that in like a week.
Bro, that's a day's work. Here you go.
Not even.
Sorry I didn't pay you off sooner.
No, sorry, I had to actually buy all these cyberware that cost like hundreds of thousands of dollars.
I actually had to go visit several other Ripper doctors and that I didn't owe money to. Just so I didn't have to hear, hey, you gonna pay me back? Here's your money back.
Dispatch, this is 331.
Here's some interest.
It's my neighborhood. I'll take you for tacos.
Dude,
no interest.
Also, you know what's one thing that I find hilarious? This is really random, but this is like something that I see a lot that I find fucking hilarious.
Okay.
You know, like those random girls that will like post, "Oh, I love my boyfriend. I could see myself marrying him," and then a week later post that they're single, and just to repeat the cycle. Oh my god, that shit is funny as fuck to me. Because right now, there's this one girl that I used to be friends with from Norton, and she's posting her story. "Oh, I love my boyfriend. Oh, this, and this," and I'm like, I can't wait for the I'm single post because, dear God, I've seen it so much already from this fucking person. Dude, when she got with this person, she was like, "You know, I'm so glad that I don't have to do sexual shit in this relationship." And then, like, the next day, posted her with hickeys all over herself.
No!
Like, where did I get there? And I'm like, God damn it, at least it's not a minor, you know?
Yeah, I mean, at least he didn't take the condom off.
And I'm just like, oh my god. And then she's like, "I love this man. This man and I are gonna be forever." And I'm like, man, I've heard you say this so many times. Like, if it don't last more than a few months, don't be saying that shit. Don't be saying that shit. Even then, you still shouldn't be saying that shit. Until that day comes that is officially happening, don't say that shit. Don't be like, "I could see marrying you one day." Really? When's this one day? One day.
Finally scrounged up enough eddies to pay you back in full.
I want a divorce. We're not even married yet.
Hate him more than me.
Thanks for asking.
Taking them all the way to my grave.
No, I just find it funny because I know it's coming. I know it's gonna happen sooner or later. And I'm just gonna be like, yep, there it is. Because I know how what follows after it. It's that, and then it's the man, fuck this guy, the hate train that follows after. To like be like, man, this guy sucks, blah blah blah. I never actually loved him, this, and this. And it's like, yeah, really? Are you sure about that? You sure did post every day that you loved this dude. I get he hurt you, but like...
the day after. Like, not even 24 seconds after.
Dude, I've seen people do that, where they post one day posting about their boyfriend, the next literally posting that they hate his guts, that they broke up, blah, blah. And like, it's funny, because there's occasionally where I'm like, you know what, fuck it. I hit my pen, I'm like, let's get involved. Let's ask what happened. So they're like, "Oh my god, you guys were so happy. What happened?" They're like, "Oh, he didn't call me yesterday. He didn't call me yesterday." It's like, "Oh, how dare you? How dare you not call you one day?" Dude, there was one time this one girl was like, I was like, "Oh, what happened?" She's like, "Oh, my boyfriend had to work a double. So he didn't talk to me, so I broke up with him." And I'm like, "Excuse me? Man's worked a double, and he couldn't talk to you. He couldn't because he physically was at work, and then when he got home, he went straight to bed. So you decided he was ignoring you, and you broke up with him, and now you're telling all his friends that he sucks and trying to sleep with his best friend. You know, this logic seems absolutely flawless. You know, you're doing nothing wrong. Keep going with what you're doing. I'll see you in a few years, see where you're at. You know, I'll check up on you in a little bit." Like, what? What kind of I can understand if, like, the guy did something fucked. Like, if he fucked up, and then you're like, "Oh, we broke up, and now I'm gonna get revenge." I mean, obviously, revenge, you shouldn't do. But, like, if you fucked up and you broke with him, understandable. But, like, you would tell me, "Oh, yeah, my boyfriend worked a double, and then instead of texting me and, like, calling me when he got off work, he went to bed." Yeah, that's... Oh.
That's really...
such a shame.
I missed the part where that's my problem, honestly.
Dude, my favorite is when the times when I'm genuinely, like, I'm just like, there's been a few times where, like, they post, like, mainly the long relationships, when people are, like, in long relationships and they post that they break up, I'm like, whoa, you guys okay? Like, you okay? Like, especially if I'm close with them, or, like, they're a friend. I'm like, "You okay?" And I always find it funny the random times where I'm like, "Hey, you okay?" And they're like, "Yeah, I'm okay. You know, you're kind of attractive." I'm like, nope. This was not where this was. No. Hasn't happened in a while. But like when it used to, it'd be like, well, hey, buddy, I was just asking if you were okay, and you said yes. You're attractive. It has been less than 24 hours since you and your partner broke up. Back the fuck up. Don't make me get the beating stick.
So like, oh, I heard you're ready for rebound.
Dude, that's how it is. You're like nice, and they're like, oh. It's like, no. And I'm not just saying that from women. There's men like that too. There is men, women, non-binary. Does not matter. Human beings. There are human beings that are like that. That the smallest act of kindness, they consider like. I love one of my favorite videos on TikTok, like trends, is like these people walking up to people just trying to be polite, and then these people freak out like, I have a significant other! Back the fuck up!
Dude.
And he's like, ma'am, I was asking if you wanted help with your groceries. Putting her in your car, what do you mean? Or like they're like somebody trying to be polite. And they're like, I have a boyfriend, back the fuck up!
Please leave me alone. Like, what, bro?
Dude, the craziest ones is when they like start getting when they start getting the fucking pepper spray out and shit. Like, if you don't back up, he's like, whoa, dude, I'm just asking if you need help to your car because you seem like you're having troubles.
Hey, Tristan, do you have a... Did you do the side quest where you could have the clown's nose as a grenade?
No, I have not yet, but I know exactly what mission you're talking about.
I got that, apparently, and I had to craft it. I didn't know that.
I have not done that mission yet, but I have seen people do it.
It's fun.
And mainly because I heard people talking about it in the community, and I was like, what the fuck is this? And then I was like, oh.
I never knew about it. That was the first time, and I was like, oh.
Is it the same guy that has that his nose is a grenade?
Yes.
Hey,
Nancy.
Like on his face? Because there's a guy whose literal nose is like, he doesn't have a nose, he has a grenade in his face, and you can literally just shoot it and it blow him up.
Not at all.
Oh god, I don't know.
He's pretty stoked,
He said it. He's just gotta be worried to not pull the pill.
What about Henry?
Bro sneezes.
He said he chose it because it looked badass. Like, he said there was other noses, and he chose it because he thought chicks would dig it.
Hey, you want the big schnoz? You want this? You want this? I want the grenade! You want what now, sir? The grenade!
The grenade. Where the fuck... When is Judy and them gonna... Do I have anything with them? No, because last time I think I talked to Judy. We killed the people and she was like, oh, we had to kill the one bitch that was leading everything because she turned evil, and I was like, I'm sorry, Judy. I had to do what I had to do. Even though I killed her in like 2 seconds.
You know, I want to like Twitter.
But like, fuck Twitter.
But it's hard to like Twitter when I follow like a lot of Fallout stuff on Twitter because I've been getting into the games more. So I was like, fuck it. It's hard to like Twitter when people in the Fallout community randomly decide to post porn of the ghoul and the vault dweller from the TV show fucking because they're like, wouldn't it be funny? No, it would not be funny. Thanks for asking though. I'm closing my phone because I don't want to see that shit.
Man.
Now you show me normal fan art for the show? Hell yeah.
Don't you love the internet?
Yes and no. Sometimes yes. Listen, sometimes this not safe for work art is kind of good. Like, I will admit, there's some good art. And I'm not just saying that in like oh, there's good art. Oh, I'm saying it like, there's talented artists, even in the not safe for work community.
Yeah,
but
you're
like,
not wrong.
I don't almost like, unless I'm actively seeking
Sometimes
that out, I don't want to
see
see it. Yeah. If I'm actively like, oh, dude, let me look up this specific artist, that's different. But like, to be just scrolling through my, like, a safe for work environment, and then just all of a sudden, porn of 2 characters from a show that we kinda could see fucking each other, and it's like, what? No, thank you.
The guy who
Flaming crotch man.
You know.
What?
Guy with the smoking crotch.
That's one way to put it. Anyway,
Oh, he
just call to say I
transferred me
transferred the
parts.
funds.
Apparently his cock caught on fire.
Thanks.
Oh, no, thank
And now we're done with
Oh,
Instagram.
I remember this guy. Yeah, Instagram fucking sucks.
No problem.
I opened
Look at him,
Instagram.
Tiger.
I just
And-
explained that to my parents.
I opened Instagram, saw a taco ad. Perfectly fine.
Right, taco. Where did he go?
Saw that fucking stupid ass photo of Peter Griffin holding a pizza slice naked.
Thank you.
And the caption of it says, "Imagine hating on me and I'm just at home like this." And
That's
then
fire!
then I saw a Minecraft Pokemon thing, which is fine. And then the next thing I saw was a video. I was like, alright, what's this? And it's a girl just like in an outfit, and then she's working out, and it's like, okay, that's fine, you know,
Okay.
do your workout. And then she lifts her armpit and she goes, "Don't you want to whiff?" And I was like, "Nope, I'm done. You've ruined it. You've ruined it. Twitter's done. We're done. I'm done. I'm uninstalling my phone. I'm throwing my phone in the blender.
Going back to basics. Flip phone area.
Flip phone, get that bitch in my hand ASAP." See, look, you can't. I opened Instagram again. You can't reshuffle my feed, and the first thing you give me is someone making PewDiePie's gaming chair in Minecraft. You can't throw me these curveballs. It gives me hope. And I'm like, oh, okay, I can watch Instagram. I can do this. And then it's like, boom! And it's like, no. Okay, somebody renovating their house. Perfectly fine. Actually, that's really fire.
Hey, V.
And there's someone trying to post a picture of their bare ass. Cool.
Don't know if you
Minecraft.
know, but
Absolutely.
once upon a time, this was Silverhands.
Oh, Silverhand's guitar.
Fuck, Nancy just gets shit done.
Thank you.
She just whispered Mikoshi in her ear. We'll be all set.
Deleuze Orphean. Remember that samurai graffiti in Haywood?
Is
where
it
the
bad I'm
bakery used
scared
be?
to look in the comment section of this video?
Got painted over a
Instagram
while ago.
reads or your
Yeah. Johnny was
reels or
holding
No.
the Orphean there.
I'm on Instagram.
Where'd you
You
find
know
it?
Millie
Yeah,
Bobby Brown?
Fresh off the
I've
shelf.
heard of them, yes.
Bought it.
She's the
Private
girl
collection.
who plays the
Bro!
bald girl
I'm done with
in
Instagram.
Stranger Things.
I open it, I
Stranger
get a
Things.
naked
Obsessed
bitch.
at
I'm
times,
done.
but I respect her.
I'm done. I told you.
But no, she's the girl who plays 11 in Stranger Things, the bald girl.
How you feeling ahead of the show?
And
Weird. Like, I'm
it's a
about to pretend
video,
to be...
innocent video.
Plus,
It's of her getting
Johnny's
ready
out.
to go to the pool.
never thought I'd say I
And it
missed the
shows her
bastard.
putting on like swim shorts over her bikini bottoms, and then
Okay.
putting on some makeup.
How
Perfectly
about you
fine.
tell me what
But I'm
happened to Henry?
terrified to look in the comments
Ancient history.
because
Kept falling into all
Go
sorts
to
of
the
crap,
Let's
then I
see.
had to dig him out.
Got tired of getting your hands dirty all the time.
hey, so far
All
so good.
wrong.
IG reels
Managed to get him a
comments
gig with
I've
a
heard are
decent-
the
And the first bad
Henry
one,
quit
Mommy
using, got his
Billy
shit
Brown.
together. Things were going great. So
Holy
he
hell,
booted
those
me out of
bikini
his
bottoms
life.
are low. What do you mean they're low? What?
What happened next?
You get off on this sort of drama?
I don't understand that.
He
what that
ditched me.
means.
Partied with his new pals for a month. Then they
Uh,
tossed him
okay.
out because he started acting up again. Ran into him on the street. Total mess. Gonk even fainted.
Why
from
are
effect.
all my Instagram reel videos all
you do?
9/11 videos?
Left him right
Yeah,
there.
What the
that makes
fuck?
Damn sure he couldn't find me again.
No, that doesn't just say. I don't use Instagram. And why the fuck, bro?
You know what's even funnier to me about the Millie Bobby Brown thing?
Yeah.
You know how you can see who likes posts?
Yeah.
Let's see, let me look who liked it.
Bro, I've scrolled down 3 posts. Naked
Thanks for
bitch,
putting
naked
the
bitch,
bits
naked
together.
bitch. I'm done. I'm done.
Please.
I'm deleting this.
Harry
Ah.
couldn't twiddle his own
Wait.
asshole
KFC
without mine.
Falls liked
So her
Millie
name was
Bobby
probably the
Brown's
same.
Oh,
post.
it's a hockey
Worse.
jersey? Oh.
At least Carrie did what I told
Do you
her
know
to
who
do.
King
kept
of
out my
Sea
hair.
Falls is?
No.
Where's
Alex
Carrie?
Layfield.
What?
Should be here any minute. Told
That's
me
what his
you play
username
really
is.
well.
King
I
of
didn't
Sea
even
Falls.
realize
Better be
that.
true. Because there won't be a dress rehearsal.
Okay. Tristan.
What did you
Look
freak
at
out
this
about?
video I just sent you on Instagram. Look at the first comment.
I'd worry more.
I didn't even
about
hear
him
the
as
video
a
with the
person.
sound.
Carrie got Drowson from
No.
Cutthroat to join us.
No,
I know him. Seen him
no.
play.
I
And
read the first comment. We're
he
good. We're good on
he's
that.
fine.
No,
Just
I
fine. You're the mystery dish.
I looked at the video and I knew the comment was gonna be nothing good. I knew as soon as I saw the video, I was like, the comment isn't gonna be anything else.
He looks like
Nancy
fucking
didn't think I can keep up with him.
Well, she's right.
Yeah, bro, he's that glad. Fuck! They're so terrible!
I'm done with Instagram. I'm done. Dude, I just saw a video that I thought was
Since my
perfectly
Mac
fine.
loves Instagram?
Nah. Dude, I just saw a video of somebody cosplaying a One Piece character, and I was perfectly fine with it. It was a perfectly normal cosplay video, like, nothing wrong with it. It was like, okay. And then I looked at the caption, and it said, I'm not wearing underwear under this cosplay.
What?
I didn't need to know that! I didn't need to know that! That's the thing, though. It'd be funny if, like, for instance, like, I've seen people who make those jokes that aren't serious, that just do it for funny, like make captions that are stupid as fuck like that. That's fine. But I know that woman, if I look in that woman's bio, it's probably going to be an OnlyFans link. I know for a fact. And I don't want that. I just want to like cosplays without it turning horny.
There you are.
Please,
This is Drowsy.
society, stop being built up a horny base.
Huge fan.
Leave it on Reddit. Leave it on Reddit and Twitter, I guess.
She's in the same boat as you. Want to talk to a star?
Is that why Elon named it X? After most porn sites, X? He's like, well,
My shakes are the same.
give the people what they want. Name it after porn. Name it. We got Pornhub. You know? What do you mean that's taken? Let's buy that too.
Brad got you,
Let's get
Strauss.
that.
Let's merge. Let's do a merger.
Dude, Twitter is honestly...
Missed you
Wait,
too.
what the fuck was that on Instagram? Why is there an old lady pushing a shopping cart down escalators?
What?
Alright. Let's
Hold on, I'm gonna send you the video.
What do you mean an elderly woman? Brother, you can't do this.
Who?
I haven't watched the video yet. But what I'm saying, brother, you can't do this to is I'm watching a normal ass. Like I was scrolling through someone's post, and they were posting about food, and then there was a random ass pic halfway through.
No.
You can't do that. You can't. If I want to look at your food post, you can't just randomly go, oh, body parts. Hold on, I'm watching this elderly woman. Oh, why did she still hold on to it? Why did she roll with it? She could have let go. She just decided, well,
This is my life, man.
she said, well, I knew this day would come. You know one of my things recently, and my favorite thing has been? When random people text me on different things, like I don't know these people, they text me, and then I don't respond, so they just block me. Like, motherfucker, I don't know you, why would I text you? Like, dude, there was this one person who was like, send me your number, and I was like, no. And they're like, well, I need it. And I'm like, no, you don't. And they just kept going. I'm like, no. And then I got blocked.
Wow.
fucked up.
What is?
Actually, got pretty nervous for this thing. Felt like I had something to prove. To myself, to you, whoever the fuck. But all I did was have a good time. That's it.
Want to do it again?
Huh? No. That was enough.
In that case, here. Take it as a souvenir.
Oh shit. Good boy,
You
Johnny.
sure?
Won't play without you. Just wouldn't be the same.
See what you're doing here. But I still plan on playing.
What the fuck did I just witness? The voice cast of GTA, Red Dead, Metal Gear Solid, and the voice go out for dinner and drinks with the voice actor of Zuko from Avatar. And it pans around this table, and I see Roger Clark. I don't know who the other guy is. Roger Clark, Zuko's actor. John Marston.
Meaning
Don't know who that
you
guy
tried
is.
to shoot me.
Franklin.
Yeah.
Michael.
What the fuck?
Hold on, I sent it to you on Instagram. You have to see that. Like,
Woke up 50 years later. Back to work then. Take care, V. I'll be in touch.
Well, it wasn't so bad, was
God.
it? Too bad Care's gone off.
Bro, crossover episode.
Jesus Christ. That's fucking wild. Well, I got a new revolver. Oh my god.
I don't like that. I got a new revolver. Oh my god.
So right? Mr. Hand's revolver does 200 headshot damage multiplier, 25 armor penetration. The dude, one of Johnny's friends, Kenny or whatever his fucking name was, Carrie, right? It has the same stats, but also has a 20% shot chance on it. And it's an angel of a weapon with a devil's attitude. Full auto mode allows you to fire rounds in the rhythm of Samurai's Archangel. Successive hits after short intervals knock enemies to the ground. That's kind of cool. We're gonna test it out for a little bit. Get rid of Mr. Hands. Thingy.
I love scrolling through Instagram and seeing like, Instagram. I was looking through my DMs and I see a bunch of like people that just says Instagram user because I blocked them or they blocked me. I was like, all right, let me look through this.
Make him feel better.
Sean not because I blocked him. And the last thing I said to him was, I'm not gonna say it right now because you're streaming, but it was, you can't call people the F slur. Sean, but I said it because I have the right to. But I said, Sean, what is this I hear about you calling people the F slur? You can't be doing that. And then I blocked him. I don't think it was right after that, but like, I blocked him at some point. But I was scrolling through because there's so many people that were there. Yeah, I went down like 5 followers. Oh well, I don't give a shit. I'm not on Instagram enough.
Okay, it's pretty good. I need to test it on people first before I can test it. Who's gonna be my poor innocent soul? You are hookers.
Excuse me?
No, I was not gonna shoot at the hookers. I usually shoot at the people like with the yellow that I find on the street, because I'm assuming you had to do that for, you know, for something. I don't know.
You know what's really confusing me? I'm scrolling through people's stories, and I just saw somebody post about like how they don't want to be sexualized and shit, and then I click their account to look at their content, and it's them sexualizing themselves.
Huh.
This is Ward. Who am I talking to?
Name's V.
How does that work?
The death
Yeah,
of one
that
vicious Rhine.
How does that? How do you wait? What? How do you know? Okay. Hold on, I gotta do math.
Elizabeth Perales hired me to do it.
So Billy goes to the market and doesn't want people to sexualize him, but he's wearing nothing but a thong and a piece of paper that says "fuck me." Okay, so let me.
Wasn't ready for that one.
Listen, the logic doesn't make sense. Like, I can understand if you post not normal, but like you post photos that are not, you know, they're not gonna get sexualized. You're not sexualizing yourself and stuff, and you're posting just normal photos, and then you post a bikini picture or like a swimsuit photo, and then people are like creeps about it. I can understand being upset.
Yeah.
But for people to be commenting on your posts and you get upset, and then for an outside person who follows you because you used to be a Twitch streamer, goes, alright, let me see what you've been posting, and sees nothing but you promoting your OnlyFans, you can't. I don't think you can pull that. Like, there are many different scenarios where you can pull the don't sexualize me card. This isn't one, because you are actively initiating it, and you're hoping that they'll pay you money for it. Is it because they're doing it for free? Is that why you're upset? Hey, who said you could say I have a nice butt for free? That's $5, buddy. Dude, do you see that some people like that are starting like streaming and shit have the audacity enough to think that they are popular enough that they put in their bios, if you at all text me at all, like, or DM me anything, there's going to be a charge?
Yeah, like, what the fuck? Who the fuck are you?
Like, I've seen multiple people, like, doing that for, like, that are streamers, that are this, and this, and they're like, oh, yeah. Or, like, there's some people that are TikTokers, and they're like, if you DM me, there will be a charge. And it's like, no?
How the fuck you gonna charge me?
Like, what do you mean?
The fuck?
Well, cause like I think somebody tried to pull that on like one of these accounts I saw, and they were like, well, as you can clearly see, I am warning you in advance if you DM me that you will be charged. So if you DM me, you know the risk. But then the funny thing is, I've seen that same person post on their story like a poll or something. They're like, oh, DM me what your answers, and it's like, are you fishing for money? Are you trying to scam these people into DMing you, and then be like, you DM me, that's $25. $25.
Well, they don't have to give her. Like, how is she gonna force them to give her?
The only thing the only thing I could think of that they would would be able to force that, like, the person is go, oh, I already stated in my bio, because it's in their bio if you DM, that you have to pay. So, I don't know. I don't know if it's legally binding, but I mean, in a way, it's stated. That's like going into a store and then like it's not written down, and like you don't see it, but like everyone knows the rules. Well, for the most part, you break it, you buy it. Like, say you broke something in an employee and they're like, you're paying for that. You could technically just be like, no, and walk away.
Couldn't give a rat's fat ass about any of that.
In a way.
As your friend.
Yeah.
But like, I don't think they could legally get away with that unless they took it to court. If they took it to court, absolutely. And they made a big enough stink about it, they'd probably have to pay a fine or something. But I feel like they'd lose. I don't know. It's just weird shit.
To at least find a quieter corner.
Yeah, it's just so much weird shit that I see people online do that, like, I question, like, that shit. And like I said, the people being like, don't sexualize me, but then you see a very obvious OnlyFans link in their bio, and they're posting about their OnlyFans all the time.
Except his daughter.
Like, what?
Yeah.
You wanted to talk?
Dude, there was this
For the
one
attack,
person
you
on
wanted to talk
TikTok
to
that
Ryan's
followed me,
It's meant
and I followed them back,
What
and they
was
were
it?
like, "Oh, can I have your snap?" I was like, "Oh, sure," because they were like, "Oh, I want to be more have more friends." I was like, "Oh, sure, I want more friends, cool."
Yeah.
And then they're talking to me, and they're like, I'm like, "Oh," they're like, "You're nice." I'm like, "Thank you," and then they randomly just go, "You wanna subscribe to my OnlyFans?" I'm like, "What?" And they're like, "Come on." And I'm like, "No, thank you." And then their entire personality shifted, and they were nothing but an asshole. And they're like, "How dare you sexualize me and do this?" I'm like, "Excuse me? You just asked me what I was doing, and I said I was playing Fortnite. The fuck?"
Peter Horvath.
Like, they will immediately like shift and they're like, "Oh, how dare you?" And I'm like,
He took him downtown,
"What are you
but then he
talking
got
about?
lost.
The fuck are you talking?" The moment I say, "Hey, no, I'm not," as I stated, I was
So you
interested
saw
in
him as a
friends, not
potential
that
threat,
kind of
decided
thing.
to warn the
You
man.
freak out. What
Just
the
like
fuck
that?
are you? What is happening?
'Cause you got a good heart.
Make it sound like that's something to be ashamed of.
Shamed? No. It's not something you see every day.
How's Cyberpunk doing?
Said he got lost.
That's good. That's good.
How's that happen? What's it mean?
It means someone didn't want him counting roaches in his cell that day. And before you ask me, no. I got no idea who. My turn.
Oh, River. He's one of the love interests.
Why does he want it done unofficial on the hush
I think he's a gay man. I could be wrong. Or he might be bi. I can't remember.
Doesn't want the job of a
He
guy
just
who
was
just
like,
got carried out feet
there was a
first.
side quest apparently
What?
I had for him. I was in my journal, so I was like, alright.
As I see it, Peralez is out to smear Holt.
So he thinks Holt's involved?
I'm just
Dunno.
going through my
But
journal.
even if he's
doing
not,
shit.
a murdered mayor isn't great optics for his deputy.
Find a little shit.
Red Queen's race. Heard anything about it? Know what it is?
Maybe I have. Maybe I do. It got anything to do with Ryan?
Guy was headed there the day he died.
Fine.
Can I also say it's
We're gonna see my
astonishing to
CI.
me how many people
Well,
like
I've heard it's
Invincible
some
now?
fancy-ass club.
Yeah.
No idea where to even look for it.
Like,
CI might know.
What the fuck?
Then we'll
I
go
will
talk to
admit,
him and
I
go
didn't
off.
know much about Invincible until I heard about the show.
could
And I
see
was like,
first.
okay, I'll do some research. And I did some research to do, and I was like, holy shit, what
Sorry,
the fuck? Where has this
Can't
been?
shake this case.
So I got into it, and I watched the first season, and I was like, that was great. Holy shit.
They sway.
I was
And then I got...
While I find evidence that gets my chief to
That's the thing. That's most people. Most people's first interaction is the think Mark think meme.
I wasn't
And
even
then-
out for me.
What was it?
It was him dropping his ass.
Let's go see his boss first. Before it all goes decked out and
Yeah, it was that, the think Mark think,
too.
and
better check it out.
where's Mark William? Or where's Omni-Man? That one too.
That's my favorite.
But like, it's crazy to me because I'm like, yeah, it makes sense, I guess, you know. But like, even then, didn't have that much of a following. It was just a few people here and there, and I'm like, alright. And then season 2 comes out, and the thought of Spider-Man, so many people came into it because they thought Spider-Man was going to be in it. Like, but then also, a lot of, I've noticed this recently looking on Twitter and other platforms, a lot of people from other communities have joined into the Invincible community and are complaining.
Why?
Because they have nothing to complain about and they're already in the community they're already a part of, so they're fighting shit in the Invincible community. I've seen DC fans switch over to Invincible. I've seen Marvel fans. And then I see them, like, talk shit, and I'm like, what are you doing? Like, what?
Why?
Like, I've seen so many DC fans recently go in and they're like, oh, dude, Omni-Man's just an off-brand fucking Superman. Why do we have so many...
not!
They're like, why do we have so many...
His powers are similar.
Yeah, but like, they're like, why do we have so many evil Superman clones? Same thing with the boys, and this, and this, and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, well, if you actually watch those projects, yes, they have similar traits to Superman. The Boys specifically, yes, absolutely. The Boys was made as poking fun at movie, like the comic book industry, and like traditional superheroes, and it was like, nah, if they were in real world, they would probably be douchebags to everyone. That's the whole thing for The Boys. And
I might have to watch that then.
dude, it's literally like, okay, they're superheroes, but like, if they were real people, you're not gonna get nice people all the time. Like, you have, in that show, you have superheroes who genuinely want to save people. There's one superhero who's literally fucking racist and literally kills a group of like a whole, like, building of minorities. And then, like, blames it on a supervillain and gets away with it on the news because she's a superhero. And she blamed it on a casualty of the supervillain did it.
Oh my
And it's crazy. And then you get like you get another character who slowly starts to realize that I have superpowers. Why am I so worried what humans think? Like what normal people think of me? So he's starting to get an ego and start to like not care as much, and he's being a little more cocky, more evil.
Yeah.
It's like in the show version pokes fun at the MCU a lot. Not like because like they're like, oh, let's give them a superhero franchise. Let's do this. It pokes fun at different, like the comics poke fun at the comic book, the superhero comic book genre. And now that the show it got an adaptation, it pokes fun at the superhero genre, but in film and industry. Like I'm pretty sure there's a guy who's like, they make fun of the MCU, and it's like, this is the something CU or something like that. Like they make jokes about that. There's like a character who's like a Kevin Feige-esque character. Like they make fun of it because it's supposed to be like
and the other
like superhero tropes. Like you have a character in the show who's like the first superhero who's like literally like is a Captain America parody to a T, and then you meet him and he's just a douchebag. Like he's racist, he's a douchebag, he does not care. He's out to just do his own shit, and he's just like, fuck you, fuck everyone. Like I love that show just because it's funny as fuck, because like and also it's bloody. There's so much gore in that show.
Huh.
And it's worth a watch. I definitely recommend it. But I just love it when it's just hilarious to me that the DC fandom and other fandoms are coming over now and complaining. Like, stop complaining. Like, can other people have shit? Please?
You take the right.
Like, listen, I'm a DC fan. I'm a Marvel fan. But I'm not saying we should go after these other comic books or edit other shit and start complaining. Especially when it doesn't deserve hate. Like, if you want to go say shit about, let's make up a fake shitty TV show. Velma, you want to go talk shit about Velma, all hands on deck. You want to go talk shit about the show Gotham Knights and the game, all hands on deck. But if you want to sit there and talk shit about a show that is genuinely good if you give it a shot, heck, if you watch it and you're like, oh, that's good, but it's not my thing, that's perfectly fine. You don't have to, but keep your mouth shut. Like, don't sit there and shit talk it because you didn't like it specifically. Like I can understand, like, for instance, like when I watch stuff and I rate it and I'm like, I don't like it, I'll point out what I didn't like about it, but I'll be like, it wasn't a bad film. Like here's good parts. Like you point out good parts too. You don't just point out, I didn't like this, fuck this, and then dip.
Okay, yeah.
You point out pros and cons, not just cons, and then be like, you should never watch this. Kill your bloodline. Murder an entire orphanage if you watch this.
No time for playing my way to the top.
Because that's a good example. Cyberpunk. One of the main reasons nobody touched that game for so long was because it had a shitty launch because people rushed it because they wanted the game. And then the game they were like, alright, here you go. And then they were like, what the fuck is this?
And you pay for it.
This isn't what you promised. And they're like, well, we had to rush it because, you guys were in such high demand, so we wanted to give you guys it. And they're like, no. Bullshit. This is ass. And then it's a whole big deal. And then it's hated on for a while. Like the people who like it are people. Even today, yeah. The people who originally liked it were the people who stuck with it even after launch. Those were the people who loved it from the get-go. Because I got that game. I didn't pre-order it. I got the game when it came out, and I liked it. I was just like, oh, it's really buggy. This is a game I'm going to have to come back to and actually play the story when it's not buggy. And I did that, and I still love that game. I will say definitely the show enhanced my love for it, but that's also what it did for most people. So many people I know so many people who shit talked that game, who then went and watched the show, and then tried to turn around and preach the game, and I'm like, you can't fucking do that. You can't, I mean, you can, if you admit that you were like, oh, I was wrong, yeah, but if you're just gonna turn around and, like, defend it, and, like nothing happened, like, you didn't talk shit about it for, like, the first 2 years that it was out, like, what the fuck? Like, there's people there were a few people I knew that, like, watched the show before I did, because I didn't watch it yet. Watched the show and they're like, oh, it's so good, but still talk shit about the game. And I'm like, and they're like, well, the show was good, but the game isn't. I'm like,
weird behavior actually started.
the show is based off the game, just a story we don't see. In fact, there's a mission, like, later, like, I didn't know this at the time, but, like, pointing out now, with my knowledge I know, there's literally a mission that literally talks about that, like, your character makes a comment about, like, oh, this must have been when I wasn't in Night City or something. Or, like, when I was away, making a comment of, oh, that's why the main character wasn't in the show. Like, in this and this. Like, it's a canonical thing. Even though we saw it in an anime style, that means those characters existed in the actual game.
Well, I mean, I
in that actual universe.
In Rebecca's show.
Exactly. And, but, like, it's funny that people will like adaptations, but not like the source material.
And then he launched right into one.
It's the same thing with, what's his name? Fuck. Zack Snyder. He liked the Batman comic, Batman Returns, which is like an older, grittier Batman, and then he gave us Batman v Superman, which that is based off of
Why do you have it in for the mail?
Batman Returns, I believe it is, or like whatever, The Dark Knight Returns or something like that.
Yeah.
Which is an old, Batman is literally like an elderly man in this comic. And he's fighting crime. And I think basically the government if I remember correctly, the government tries to stop him. Oh no, wait, Bruce Wayne comes out of retirement and becomes Batman again. The government tries to stop him, and he basically builds a suit because Superman works for the government, and they send Superman to stop him.
Think hard.
So he builds this suit to fight him because he knows he has to. There's an animated film based off of it, and I will have you watch that. Don't you worry. It is a good film. But Zack Snyder looked at that comment, liked it, and said, let's do it. But then gave Batman a gun in the movie. Let Batman use a gun in Batman v Superman.
Horvath had sponsors.
I purposely forget that movie.
Might seem like we didn't get a lot out of that.
He gave him a gun, and then he to this day he states, like he stated, like there was a thing he stated, he was like, I think Batman's no killing rule is stupid.
Minor detail. Means nothing, right?
He was like, it holds back Batman and shit, and I'm like, that's part of his fucking character. Did you read any other comic, like ever, of Batman, or like watch any other Batman, like, prime example, Justice League Unlimited. There is literally an episode where Batman sits with a child. I think that the child was a villain, but he's sitting with him, and I think the child is dying, if I remember correctly, and she's like, don't leave me, I'm scared. He sits there with the child. He just sits there, just because he's a good dude. Like, what do you mean Batman's no killing rule? Batman, it's holding Batman back. Batman is a sympathetic person. He doesn't kill because if you look back on his origin story, hence why he's not terrified, why he's like, oh, I'm gonna be Batman. Because of the fact his parents were killed, and you're like, oh, his no killing rule? Stupid as fuck. Give Batman a gun. No! That throws out the entire basis of Batman. See, there's a version of Batman that has a gun. Well, I mean, there's probably a normal Batman that has a gun, but the Flashpoint one has a gun. But that's Thomas Wayne. That's Bruce's father, who doesn't show as much resolve and remorse for people like his son does. In fact, he's an alcoholic who is literally drunk half the time and threatens, and I think does kill some of his villains. He literally, in the animated film, he threatened to kill Harley Quinn because she wouldn't tell him where the Joker was.
Walk in the streets
like,
with you?
it's a different, but it's a different Batman.
Got a beef with all
It's
gangs,
not
just
Bruce
the Tigers.
Wayne. And then that's like saying Spider-Man's no killing rule is stupid.
You think nobody got
That's
killed?
like if someone said that, like, no, it's not. Again, that's something that holds him. That's his beliefs, and also it has a reason. Same with Batman. They both have that reason to not kill. That is a line they won't cross. And in comics, both times, or in multiple comics, usually if it's normal Spider-Man, not an evil version, or normal Batman, not an evil version, if they kill someone, they usually are sitting there like, what have I done? Like, oh no, because they broke their code. Like, they are mortified by it. It's not like, alright, I did that, let's get going, time to keep doing it, you know? It's, they sit there and they reflect and they're like, what have I done? In some instances, Spider-Man quits being Spider-Man if he does this. Batman retires for a bit and lets Dick Grayson or someone else take over, man. Or there's been instances where he completely just disappears as Batman for years because he killed someone or he partaked like that. Or like there was one, I think, in a comic where he's fighting a villain and he does something and he like knocks like a tack off from away or something, like a bomb or something, and it blows up a building, killing innocents, and he basically considers that he did it. And he's mortified by it and shit. But I know for a fact there's been Spider-Man comics like that too. And it's like, how can you read like these comics, look at that, look how they would like read a comic, look how they're like, oh, these guys are distraught because they just accidentally killed somebody. We should really take away their killing rule and like let them kill people, you know? Like Sony over here trying to make Tom Holland kill in Madam Web, but they didn't let him, thank God. And then, you know, like, do some research on the characters you're making shit about. Like,
so greedy.
Even a quick Google search, even on Wiki, which Wiki sucks. Go on Wiki, you'll see that it's like, oh, Spider-Man doesn't kill, Batman doesn't kill, this superhero doesn't kill. Sometimes this one does. There you go. Learn about the characters a little bit, not just their name is Spider-Man. This is what they do.
It's like they get their names, and that's all they go on.
Well, it's because a lot of times, it's because it's a bigger the name, they think they could just get away with it. But also, because like that's like one thing that they used to do with the Batman. That's what with the old live-action Batmans that were goofy as fuck, like with Mr. Freeze.
Yeah.
They were like, oh, it's a Batman film. Let's just have fun with it. It has Batman. They'll watch it. And then people watched it, but like nowadays they're like, this movie's ass. Like, what the fuck? They gave us the bare minimum because it has Batman in it, because it has the title in it, like it has his branding, and that's all they needed. And they do that with so much, and it's
like Apple rebranding the same phone.
Yeah. I mean, the movies have different plots, different things. But, like, sometimes they don't. Sometimes there's movies where, like, you'll get it. Like, for instance, I hate when people say this, but I'll give it to this one time. When people compare Harry Potter to Star Wars. When they're like, oh, it's just another variation of Star Wars. Technically, if you go back multiple times, even past Star Wars, you'll find something to compare to Star Wars. Or you'll find something that compares to something else. I mean, there's people who compare the Bible to Star Wars, because there's biblical stuff in there that compares to Anakin and Obi-Wan's characters. But, like, you can point back to anything.
I mean,
but, like,
Obi-Wan is Jesus.
Agreed. But, like, there's so many people that will, like, hate on something because it's like something they like.
Yeah.
Like, I've met a few Harry Potter fans that don't like Star Wars because, it's somewhat similar, or just because. I can't tell you how many people I've met that are Star Trek or Star Wars fans that hate each other because they're similar. Hot take, I like Star Trek and Star Wars.
I've never watched Star Trek, so I can't.
I've watched a little bit of the older stuff, and then I watched the newer movies that they released like a few years ago or whatever. And it's not bad. I mean, it's pretty much just, it's like space. Like they're more organized. Where Star Wars is like a lot of war, this and this. Star Trek is, you have a group of explorers that are working together as a team, and sometimes they fight a bad guy who's trying to kill an entire planet. You know, it's not like, oh, the rebels versus the Empire. It's these group of individuals that are out exploring space and doing adventures, and then they're like, shit, this guy wants to blow up the moon, the planet that we're on. Let's stop this guy. Or this village is about to be on a volcano that's about to blow up. Like, it's a lot of just exploring space. But, like, there's also some genuine, like, plot and stuff, like, that's good and shit. And, like, it has a lot to do with cloning and stuff sometimes. Like, there's, like, a lot of time travel as well. Like, there's characters that will talk to their younger selves because they're from the future, and it's weird, but it's like, okay. But, like, people are like, oh. Like, I've met full-on people who just don't like Star Trek because it's got Star in it, and it's also like, I've heard it's like Star Wars, and they're just copying, and I'm like, motherfucker, it's not copying. You can have multiple things in space. Like, I get, you like Star Wars, good for you. I'm so glad you like Star Wars. Star Wars is great. I will admit, Star Wars is fucking amazing.
Doesn't sound like it's
but like,
everything.
Doesn't mean
you don't have to hate stuff just because it reminds you of something. In fact, that's one reason to like stuff, like find interest in other stuff, is because it reminds you of stuff. Like, oh, I love Star Wars. Oh, you like Star Wars? You might like Star Trek. You might, who knows? Or like, oh, I really like, for instance, I really like Assassin's Creed. Ghost of Tsushima feels like Assassin's Creed sometimes. I like Ghost of Tsushima. Not because of that, but that is a way that my brain is like, oh, this is familiar to me. Like, for people to be like, oh, I don't like it because it's too similar to what other stuff I like. The fuck are you talking about? Do you want to like something that's completely different? Like, do you not like two things that are the same? Like, if someone hands you a pepperoni pizza and a double pepperoni, you're not gonna eat one of the slices because one has one pepperoni and one has less.
Was kind of like a
bad
art house.
Two less pepperoni.
Couple tries in though.
Dude, that honestly, one has two more, one has two less. And it's like, oh, I'm gonna eat this one, you eat the one with two less. I don't like that one because it's got two more. The fuck do you mean? It's the same thing, just with two more. Like, you get more on this and you don't like it. That's like, you know, that's a good comparison to, hey, do you want this game that, yes, you gotta pay for, yes, it's live service, but everything we add to it besides cosmetics is free? Oh no, you just want to complain about it and hate it because it's a live service game?
And that Batman dies even though the actor who voices him is dead in real life, but, and you know, the whole no killing rule, you know, he would want it, but no, fuck that, because even if you kept him alive, they would be pissed about the next game not being the same voice actor. Like, it's a lose-lose situation.
Yeah. But then, it's funny because they don't like, a lot of people don't like Suicide Squad because it's a live service game. Even though they're like, listen, we're giving you everything for free besides if you want skins for your fucking character and a battle pass. And even then, if you buy a battle pass, you can fucking do it at any time. But then go back to Avengers, which everyone hates, even though it has more players than Suicide Squad right now.
It's just about the dark, the deep.
I just find it funny because people hated it, and they were like, oh, dude, you gotta pay for it. And they were like, well, we realized our mistakes, so here's everything in the game for free. Even every cosmetic, because we're, you know, you guys complained, you know, we understand, you know,
got the hardware
honestly, we probably shouldn't do that, here you go. And then they still complained to the point the game got shut down. Like, how are you gonna complain? Like, they get here, like, they're like, here, you know, we understand you're not liking it, here's all the cosmetics, here's everything, literally, you don't have to pay shit. You don't gotta pay for shit. Take it. Nah, not good enough, because it's a live service game or because it doesn't play the exact way we want it to play. Not even gonna give it another chance, not gonna replay it, not gonna anything, nah. Same with multiple people in Suicide Squad. I can't tell you how many fucking people on YouTube.
See me in my Max
I see videos, Suicide Squad is a flop, here's why, this.
Indeed I do.
And it's all usually people saying, it's a live service game.
Waiting for the right occasion.
Like, what do you want it to be? A single player? Full honesty, if it wasn't a live service game and it was a single player game, people would probably complain even more.
Yeah.
Not worried I'll just
Dude,
sink to
it
the
would have
bottom
been
like
just
a bag of
complain
rocks.
either way.
A bag of rocks.
Yeah,
They
because I know for a
either way.
fucking fact, if we got a single-player Suicide Squad, we got that game,
Water's
single-player,
toxic,
but it
not a
was,
problem.
oh, you gotta
Whole
switch
reason
to
we're
certain
suiting up.
characters for missions, or, you know, it's the same thing
Alright, let's do
as
this.
it is, but single-player.
Whew, freezing ass water, here I
There
come.
would still people could be complaining. They'd be like, man, this fucking game would be so much better if we could have
Okay.
our friends on it. Why didn't you just do that? That would have been so much better.
You go
And then
first.
they've been like, motherfucker, this, you hear this bitch? Like what? Like we got that, and it's still not good enough.
Too fast.
I mean, yes, I will agree with some of the things. Like the combat can be repetitive because it is just doing the same shit. I understand that. But you gotta remember also, it's still early in the game. They're gonna be taking our feedback. As long as you don't fucking give so much negative feedback that they shut the game down, they're gonna take our feedback. Like, oh, the combat, like, you know, it's repetitive. Like, a lot of people are like, oh, I wish we had missions for the Joker, like story missions, like, you know, like they added more story missions for each the new characters you get, not just grind, then go get the character and then you have them.
Yeah,
which I agree with that. I think that would have been dope. Imagine like you do missions around, you know, but then like it cuts to like the Joker imprisoned on the Brainiac ship, and we get cutscenes of him like fucking with Brainiac, and then we go and save him. Just like little things like that, you know. But like, there's room for them to take that and add it later. Unless every person, including people who, I'm gonna find, another thing I find hilarious is people who haven't played the game and don't intend to, who are writing these bad reviews.
Yes.
Like how are you gonna sit there and write a bad review when you haven't played it? I mean, I get you can watch a video and be like, give your input, but like, for you to be like, oh, like I legit saw somebody on Steam, I don't know if I'll be able to find it again, but I saw someone on Steam who wrote a review, and they had maybe like 15 minutes of gameplay on it, and they're like, oh, this is like the worst game I've ever played. Like, oh, the story is so slow, it's ass, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, dude, you played for 15 minutes, let's see, that's maybe the tutorial mission. If not, maybe the first mission. Like, you played the tutorial and then maybe a little bit more and decided this game is not for me. Like, you didn't even play the story. You can't say the story's ass if you didn't even play it.
Yeah.
We are now synced.
Why now?
People just fucking have any reason to be, and don't take anyone's opinion just because. And if it's the most popular opinion, oh, that's what we're gonna do.
Yeah. Dude, because people were hating on Cyberpunk before the game, or not Cyberpunk, Suicide Squad, before the game came out because of the words live service game. They're like, oh, it's gonna be the worst thing ever, and it's like...
All because Gotham Knights is also...
Well, that, Avengers, because like, some of the like live service games that a lot of people think about when it comes to like flops is Avengers, fucking Gotham Knights. Occasionally, I know some people think of not as much right now because of the hype of the Fallout show, but Fallout 76, that was a big flop. But they've gotten like more players than they've ever had recently because of the fucking the show. The show sparked so much like, oh, I want to play Fallout, that so many people went and are now playing that game just because they can play it with their friends. But like,
I remember.
The game got terrible reviews, but now all of a sudden, because a bunch of players decide to get on, the game's good now.
Yeah, like, it's not the best game ever, I will say that.
No, it's very, full honesty, I prefer the Fallout 4, definitely because at least I know what I'm supposed to be doing.
Yeah, I
like,
don't know what I'm doing in that game.
I understand briefly what stuff I'm supposed to do when we're playing Fallout 76, But also, it's just kind of like, okay.
Where's this stand to be?
Is there like a point? It's because since it is on, like, for instance, Suicide Squad, I can understand this being a complaint if it wasn't the case. Like, for instance, Fallout 76, there's a story, but like, there's no real, from what I've heard, there's no real point of doing it because it's just like, oh, you did it. It's not like, oh, the world changes, this happens. It's just, okay, you do the story. Like Suicide Squad, there's an actual story. You play online, but yeah, there's an actual story. When you're playing through the game, if you notice, the map changes. It gets more damaged. It gets more.
Yeah.
Like, it actually changes based, like, you know, as you're playing. Same with Fallout 4. When you make the certain decisions, certain things will happen. Like, for instance, in Fallout 3, if you blow up that town I told you about that has a nuke in it, if you blow that up, it's now a crater. But it's permanently like that on the map. So it's like your actions had consequences. Where Fallout 76, it's just, okay, roam around, do missions. Like, it's fun, but like, to a degree, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I want to play more from, like, because I was like, I want, like, just to play more, but also because Mason likes to play it. But it's hard, because it's just like, okay, we're sitting in Mason's house, what do we do now?
Yeah.
What do you mean we gotta go halfway across the map? What do you mean we have to level up, like, 15 more levels just to use this armor because we're gonna die instantly if we go anywhere near any creature?
It's not terrible, it's just slow.
Could have been better. Could have been better.
Definitely.
I personally think if you want to make a fucking multiplayer game, do what Suicide Squad did, or do what the game It Takes Two did.
Dad was never in the picture.
Where you literally just you can play co-op like next to each other or from a different point of view, but the whole game is a story. Like, I like games like that, like, because, like, me and you, if you were here and I had it installed, we can sit right next to each other and play it. Or, I can play it with you when you're at your house and I'm at my house, and we could play it. But the whole, it's multiplayer, but the whole game has a story. Like, it's a whole actual story game. Same with A Way Out. It's a prison break story game where we play as two different characters. And but we work together and we play, like, and shit like that. So, like, for instance, like, you'll see, like, on A Way Out, like, I want to play A Way Out with you because it's fun. But, like, you can see me on one end, like, trying to pick a lock, while you can be distracting a guard, like, talking to him so he doesn't see me. But also, like, there's certain things that you'll be able to see that I won't, so, like, if it's out of my view, you can warn me if someone's gonna show up or something like that. But, like, games like that, it's cool to me, that, like, you have to rely on each other in a way when you're playing together, but at the same time, like, you can make your own choices, like how Baldur's Gate is. Like, we work together, but at the same time, if you decide to kill a guy, it affects us all. I think that's what... I think if they didn't ever make another multiplayer Fallout game, that's what it should be. Is like, not a super open world one. Do a party of 3 or 4 tops, and make it where you play in a world where it's literally just a story. Heck, make it where if you play with 4 people, each person starts in a different vault or a different area, and you have to, like, find each other and, like, explore. But, like, based off your decisions, it could change someone else's story. Like, say I go to a town and or you go to a town, you shoot up a whole town, and then say Mason gets a quest to go to that town. He goes to that town, the whole town's dead because you killed it. I think that would be cool because it, like, would affect everyone's story, not just, all right, here's a bunch of missions that you can do if you want, or you just go around and kill things.
Yeah.
Want to see what's further on?
Have fun, you know? It actually has a story. Like, I like story games, and I like multiplayer story games. I think there should be way more story games that involve playing with more than one person, and, like, shit like that. Like, not just, like, co-op, couch play. Like, if me and you are at 2 different places, I think we should be able to play. Still. I prefer couch play, not gonna lie. I miss just sitting on a couch and playing. But, you know.
It's hard sometimes.
Yeah.
Like it had landed here from outer space. Bells were cracked too.
This is one that I think would be cool. Imagine a multiplayer Star Wars game, a two-person Star Wars game that has a story, where one person is on the light side and one person is on the dark side.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Like, say you're a soldier for the Empire, I'm a soldier for the Rebellion.
My memories?
We could be fighting, and like, say it gets to a part where we're in a war, and we're fighting, and like, one of us legit kills each other and our character dies, but we don't know that we killed each other. Like, or like, that who's who. Like, you don't know that what character is who, you just see it, and it would be like in the actual game, like, or like make it like they're brothers or something, and then like make it emotional if you accidentally kill that, like, your friend, like make it a purpose, like, oh, I killed him, oh shit, and stuff like that. I think that would be cool. Like, I like games that have consequences for your actions, but also I love multiplayer because the ability to play with friends is astonishing.
Yeah, I like multiplayer shit, but sometimes just couch plays always get. I will never forget the times like Black Ops 2 couch play with Max or RJ. Just mainly Max. Fucking, we played that so much.
And this, what is it?
Yeah, it was awesome.
Can't be. You found the heart of Laguna Bend. The most precious gem in all Cali, maybe even the world. Could buy all of Arasaka and Militech and then some for it.
Find a way in to this place.
I'm looking through my achievements because I didn't realize I got so many achievements today. Got a shit ton in Sea of Thieves today, Jesus Christ. Monkey Island one. The underwater thing we did earlier.
Found an opening. Think we're safe to go through here. On my way.
I know I got a couple more achievements too. Damn, she got here fast.
Stuck in here once when no one was around.
I'm not gonna lie, I was a little disappointed when they just transferred all the achievements from Xbox.
Fair.
I was really hoping that as much as I was like, oh, I'm gonna have to earn them, I was kind of hoping that I'd have to re-earn them, because then it feels right, because I'm like, oh, I'm earning them on my PlayStation, because I earned them on Xbox, not...
Well, I guess you could be, fucking lost between shit if you can't replay the missions unless you have those friends that haven't played it.
Well, that's the thing. You can replay any Tall Tale, like how we did that one today, we can replay. You can replay most of them, but like, some of them, like, because I can understand, like, oh, like, stuff like, I mean, those ones that they could do on console, but like, I understand, like, for instance, the Maiden Voyage, which is when you play the tutorial.
Oh, thank fuck.
I understand being like, oh, I have a character, I don't want to restart. But I found out today you can do that without, you can replay the Maiden Voyage without resetting your character. So I'm like, they could have just, but I feel like they would have had a lot of players being like, what the fuck, I switched to PlayStation and now I can't do this, or this, or this. All my achievements are gone.
You're saying you saved my life.
Even though I would have been fine with putting in the effort. Because then I would have had a purpose to do certain things over again.
Yeah. Told you diving into this toxic waste was gonna
I wouldn't have. That's what I liked about GTA 5. So, like, I understand some of your point of view, but I wouldn't have. Even though I could have still done everything.
You?
Fair. Like most games, I'm glad that they transferred. Just Sea of Thieves was one because I was like, oh, it transferred achievements from another console. I was like, I kind of was hoping I could re-earn them on this console. But like every other game, like GTA, if they would have made me re-earn some of my GTA stuff, I'm good on that. I'm good on that.
Doubt
but like,
you should go back to the city.
I was like,
just
oh,
yet.
I was hoping it was an
I'm pretty
option, you know,
beat
like,
too. Last thing I
oh, would
wanna
you
do
like
is
to
trash.
transfer
Let's stay the
over
night.
Yeah,
What do you
that
think?
would
Your-
have been better.
your achievement data? Like, oh, would you like to transfer over your account data? Yeah,
Why
sure.
the hell
Do you want to transfer over the
not?
achievements as well? No, I would not like
Whose
to.
cottage is that,
Boom,
then?
start fresh on
You
the
said you knew the
achievements,
owner.
but you still have your
One of our
account.
neighbors
And
was
then obviously,
hell-bent on staying in Laguna
it might
Bend.
give you a few
Dad
achievements
just literally
because
dragged him
you
out of
have
his house
certain
before
things.
the water came in.
Duh.
So he
But,
built
like,
himself another
besides
house
that,
as
you
close
could
as
earn
he
the rest of
possibly
them.
could, but then he got sick. Water was
Yeah,
way
that
more
would've
toxic back
I
then.
guess that would have been cool. Cause I could have seen people that wanted to make some shit, but not wanting to delete your character like you did.
Yeah.
that was
Because like
stupid.
because I was gonna, if I could make a new character, I was going to, but since it was like,
How do you take yours?
you need your Xbox account to be able to play,
sugar, please.
and we're just gonna immediately
Going all
link the
in, huh?
character and all the shit already. I mean, I was like, all right. I mean, I guess because I spent money on this account, but like,
Forgot to start the generator.
kind of wanted to make a new character just so I could start fresh with my boys. But all right.
A generator. What's next?
Because then I would
Jacuzzi?
also, that was another reason to
Finish
earn
sauna?
stuff again. Like the
No,
curse
but
and
there
stuff. Because then I
is
was like,
running
okay,
water.
when we redo it, I'm doing it
I can
with
turn
you.
it on.
Not, alright,
You're
I'm
gonna
showing
take it
you
easy.
all of you guys how to do it,
Promise
not
to take it slow.
doing it myself.
Yeah.
I get to partake instead of watch, but now I have to.
Think you could have fine-tuned the emotive wave
Maybe you could
transmitters
fine
better
tune
back
it.
there.
Oh, I
Got
will,
some
don't you worry.
serious surgeons
I have
a few
to.
times.
Won't get any of the rewards technically, but you
No, because
already
I
have-
100%ed it. I'm at a point where, full honestly, when we redo it, it's gonna be a full-on like, oh, this is gonna be the first time technically because I rushed through it so much, so quickly just to get the curse because I was like,
What
I
was
can get a
that?
curse,
Couldn't hear you
and I was
clearly.
like, fuck. So I just speed ran it and 100%ed it,
Nothing.
and I to the point I don't even know what the mission's about. I just know I get a curse from it.
Don't bullshit me, Judy.
Hold on, man.
We're still synced, remember?
Clouds has gone to shit. Tiger Claw No Next took revenge for Hiromi and the rest. There was a firefight. Tom's dead. Roxanne barely got out alive. House is closed.
What is your mic doing, by the way?
What do you mean?
Why is it like sound like you're going through a wind tunnel?
Probably because the fans pointed at me.
That might be it.
I don't know, like, I'm a decent chunk away from it. I purposely moved myself so I wasn't sitting right next to it. But because the fan
wanna tell
is
you.
existing, it probably is the fan.
Wanted this to be just our day.
Don't you worry, I'd turn it off if I could, but I feel like I'd die if at the moment I turn it off. The heat would get to me.
Just explode.
I'd overheat like Kyle's PC. It would be like when Kyle doesn't turn his fans on his PC. It would just shut down. That would be me. Man, I knew I forgot something.
Man, I think I forgot my fans.
You know, I'm curious. The AC has been on, I'd say, for a good 2 maybe hours. Let's see what the temperature is like. Oh my god, you wouldn't believe it.
What?
We're at 80. It went
Nah.
down 1 fucking degree in here.
Not 1 degree.
Are you fucking kidding me? I have the AC on full blast, set at 50 degrees, and it went down 1 degree. Alright, it's gonna be a long night, I see.
Some fried shit right there that you went that one.
You know what's funny? What's probably gonna happen is it's gonna be hot as balls all night, and then I'm gonna go to sleep. Gonna be sweating my ass off. I'm gonna wake up, go do yard work, and then when I come back, it's gonna turn out. It's gonna turn out when I did the yard work. Oh, the house cooled off. But as soon as I get back in and I'm enjoying it, it's gonna heat right back up. I know for a fucking fact. It's just gonna get hot again.
She's gonna get all sweaty again.
Dude, that's honestly the one thing I'm worried about is that I'm gonna go mow and then be like, oh, let's take a shower. Is there even, like, I don't want to smell, but is there a point if I'm just gonna sweat again? Funny thing is, one of these, I think Tim said that at some point when they're gonna come home, but they're still gonna be like away from the house. I think they're gonna go to the campsite or something. That they're gonna take the dog with them. I hope they know when they stop in. If we're still here and this isn't working, I'll be like, fix it. You ain't going anywhere, buddy. You ain't going to no campground until this AC's fixed.
No more campground, please.
What, you wanted to go camping? Nah, you gotta fix this AC so I don't burn to death.
Alright, we're gonna let you burn for a minute.
Bro, I can't believe Tim earlier. I texted him and he was like, how are you? He was like, hot. He's like, oh,
terrible.
Turn on the AC, you dork. And I'm like, huh, I wish I thought about that.
Why.
Oh, wait, I did. And he's like, what do you mean it's not working? I'm like, yeah, well, you see, sometimes it works, and then there's the other time where it doesn't work. The doesn't work is right now. Fix it.
So.
Funny thing is, he said he was going to call me and check in on me to see if it worked.
That exactly?
Yeah, he's a call. He's going to call tomorrow and be like, how's it going?
It's going to be like, how's that AC?
You know exactly what I'm trying to say.
How's that AC? You feel cool?
Like to you.
I'm just going to be like, he's going to be Tristan. He's going to just come home, my skeleton's going to be there with melted flesh.
It was the beginning of something nice. Unless
the
you
fallout bomb you're going to be.
Dude, I saw a TikTok where it said something, like, it said the bombs were dropping, and this guy was like, hold on, I gotta do something, and he grabbed a fishing rod and jumped in the sink, so when he died, his skeleton would be holding a fishing rod in the sink, so if any, like, person survived and was traveling and they found him, he'd just be fishing in a sink over the, like, the fish rod was over the toilet, so he was fishing in the, sitting in a sink, fishing out of the toilet. And I was like, man, what skeleton pose do I want to get fucking vaporized in? I want to be shitting.
You're like the one dude jerking off.
I'll say
that's Max.
Just gave you unlimited access.
Max would see the bomb drop and be like, well, one last jerk.
Move in, if it's what you want. Just drop by when the urge grabs you.
You sure? Isn't exactly a small thing, this.
I like you. I want to see you lots. Way I see it, there isn't anything else to consider.
Wanna go there now?
You can if you want. Gonna stick around for a bit before I head back.
Yep, and I regret giving Twitter a second chance.
Oh, I just finished duty such line.
Woo!
That whole time you were talking to me, it was kind of hard to hear because I was hearing a lot of moans.
Oh.
Yeah, it was. It was hard.
Me trying to have a casual conversation with you.
The whole stream was like, what the fuck?
Hold on, I'm pulling up your stream real quick.
We're just talking while V and Judy were straight, having the most intimate sex ever.
Oh, you did the mission where you play as Johnny, okay.
Before
and
that.
then, the scuba scene. Got it.
I just finished her quest line.
I've actually never done her quest line yet. Well, one is I can do the platonic part of the quest line, just not the
lover side.
Yeah, which is what you did while we were having a very casual discussion.
I saw she called and I dropped everything on another mission to go play it for her.
Dude, you're fine. I just find that hilarious awesome. That's what you were doing. Me trying to have an in-depth conversation about the gaming development society and you're like, Yeah, that's cool.
That's why I seemed a little distracted. It's kind of. I
want to break from the logs?
Fucking. Yeah, it was like watching one of those. I'm like, what the fuck am I?
You're sitting here like, yeah.
I have a job called I really want to stay at your house. What? Oh,
yeah, you get that
for Judy.
It's whoever you romance.
Aww.
You get that quest, and basically you can go to any of the apartments that you own, like, because there's multiple you can get. You can call them and tell them to meet you there, and they'll meet you there, and you literally just, like, you can hang out.
Called the fucking Moose David.
Yep. Yeah, you can sit there and listen to music or something, or heck, I think you can fuck them again. I can't remember. You do something.
That's about to be just a mission I always played.
I know what I like to do. I think when I unlocked that was sometimes for my streams, I'd either end or start the stream with that mission because you can do it multiple times. So you can redo it.
Yeah, because it's just a date. It said.
Yeah, it's just a date. That was part of the update they added. They added that after the show.
Aww.
But no, sometimes I'll either do that before or beginning the stream or end the stream because it's just like something wholesome to do. I usually do it end because you go to sleep with whoever you're romancing and then you end the stream.
Oh yeah.
Just like a little nice wholesome thing. Why did I see a Twitter thing? I didn't see what the image was because I refreshed, but all I read was "Riz me up in the Wendy's bathroom." Excuse me? What?
What?
What do you mean, Riz you up in the Wendy's bathroom?
How the fuck are you gonna rid someone up in the Wendy's bathroom? Like, imagine telling your kids, yeah, your father actually rizzed the fuck up at me in the Wendy's bathroom.
You won't believe where me and your father met. Where'd you meet? The Wendy's bathroom.
Probably shoot myself.
You know what'd be worse? You know what'd be worse if your father came up to you and told you that you were conceived in a Taco Bell bathroom.
Oh, I would just be like, my life's over.
You know, son, me and your mom fucked in a Taco Bell bathroom. I remember that day because I had 14 burritos and I shit myself while doing it. I was actively on the toilet while shitting. Your mom didn't care though. She kept on sucking.
And then we accidentally got you.
And then she said I could put it in, and I was like, okay. And then I came immediately as I put it in.
Hello, random viewer. Hopefully.
Hello, son. Oh, you have a random viewer. Hopefully it's RJ.
Oh, fun time.
Let's do a recap of this episode so far. Sex. Sorry. Video game logic.
Don't really get how that show
and whatever the fuck we just spoke about, because I don't even recall. I just know my brain has already tuned it out.
A job of a kind that seems ideal for you.
I'm listening to Carrie.
Oh, no, you're fine.
Early morning.
Carrie you can fuck Carrie.
No, thank you. I don't want to fuck Carrie.
Well, you can't. You're a woman. He's gay.
Good. I don't want to fuck him.
That's the guy who's Johnny's friend, right?
Yeah, Johnny's old friend.
Bandmate?
That's who I got the pistol from.
Oh, maybe I have that pistol then.
Yeah, it's a nice little revolver. It's a pretty cool looking revolver. I don't know, I like it. It just shoots a little slower than Mr. Hand's one, but it has a nice feel to it, so I'm gonna keep using it. And I have Johnny's main one right now, because that one's pretty badass.
I think of another funny topic to talk about, but then out of pocket in there.
What the hell you want? Is that a trick question? This is a party, right?
Transphobes are funny.
Oh god. Don't even get me started about those people. You want to guess where I've gotten knowledge with one of those?
Drink a beer, smoke.
Was it Russell? Nah, I would never be. Jimmy? Was it Jimmy?
Something wrong?
No. Crazy. Not gonna deny or say.
You looking for a good
What possibly?
Yeah, we all want a good laugh, Walker.
It's just basic.
Such a nice day, everyone having a good time. Like a little 4th of July. Be ashamed to tell Gunner something.
I don't really care.
You know?
Not my problem.
I know.
I just read something that was like,
oh god, let me hear.
Trans people aren't real. It's just a peer pressure and like a fade. Or like kind of like how they say like it's the same. It's literally it's literally the same thing that people were saying about people being gay. Because our generation, I will say our generation does have a lot of openly gay people, but it also is because we're in a time where people can be openly gay for the most part. And a lot of people would be saying that, and you'd have parents be like, "Oh, they're just it's just a phase. They're just doing it for attention. They're saying it because everyone is, so they want to be popular." Blah, blah, blah. But like now, people are saying that about people to transition, like full on, like people who are like, for instance,
just as I thought. You look to me like a show-off.
Men who cut off their tits, or women who become men, who they identify as a man, so they make themselves look like what they identify as, which good for them, as long as they're happy in their own body. But there's people saying that it's a trend. That they're not actually doing it because they want to, that they're doing it because other people are doing it, and that they're going to regret it, and that they're going to change one day. I know somebody who tried to have a full conversation with me with this point of view, and I was like, shooting them down like, fuck no, shut the fuck up, what are you saying?
Let's shoot.
And they're like, whoa, listen, there's going to be like a bunch of people who are going to go back and be like, oh, I regret transitioning this. And they were like, oh, I know a few people, and I'm like, well, that's not everyone. Some people, yeah, there are, I will admit, there are a few people who randomly decide to change their gender for shits and giggles, and then it turns out that they were just doing it because everyone else was. But, like, there are people, like, I know people genuinely who are trans who genuinely are happier as they are now than they were when they weren't themselves. And it's like, how can you look at someone and see that they better themselves, that they're happy for themselves, and tell them that they're wrong or that they don't exist, or like that they're you're just a trend, you're a fad. Like I can understand, like for instance, pedophiles. Let's talk shit about pedophiles all we want. That's fine. Those deserve it. There's a group of individuals, like a certain group of people, that I can understand talking shit about, hating on, saying, oh, you shouldn't do this. But like, why is it in a society, we live in a society where they go after the ones that are okay?
Automatic disqualification.
Like, oh, you like boys? You're a boy and you like boys? Nah. Oh, you like children? We're gonna say no, but we're gonna let a lot of adults get away with pedophilia in society.
How the fuck?
Like, what? Like, for instance, that's when I went on a whole tangent the other day with Russell about how I find it funny that our government currently is actively banning TikTok, but they're also at the same time trying to pass a bill that teachers are allowed to have guns in school.
How's this?
Yeah. Like, yes, I understand that you're trying to let the teachers defend, they have a weapon, they can defend themselves. All it takes is a student who wants to, be a school shooter to know where that teacher keeps their gun and then access to it. Because now it's easy access. Also, all it takes is you have a teacher, because, you see it all the time. Humans are crazy. Doesn't matter what occupation, what gender, what age, it does not matter. There are crazy motherfuckers on this planet. Say you get a teacher who just is has anger issues or something, or schizophrenia and shit, and they get so upset that they just decide to, go that far. And you're putting another risk, when in reality it should just be a more like, hey, guns, you can have guns, but let's be more safe about it, Like, I'm not the type of person to be like, get rid of all guns, because obviously there's scenarios where you need guns. I will admit that. But I feel like if you're not competent enough to be safe about it, you shouldn't have one. If you are safe about it and shit like that, you should have one. Do you know stuff? Do you know anything about guns? Like, do you know if you have to get do you have to get your license renewed to have a gun?
Yeah.
Or is it like okay? I was just checking because there were a few people I talked to that said you didn't have to get it renewed.
Not anymore.
No.
It used to be.
What?
You used to. Well, if you're a felon, you can't own a gun.
Okay.
Legally, you will be arrested on sight. That's what my Uncle Paul is.
Okay.
He's had felon charges and not allowed to own a gun. He had a gun. His psycho ex-girlfriend called the cops on him. He got arrested because even though it wasn't even used or nothing, but
he owned
a gun.
Yeah.
He owned. He went to prison immediately or whatever, jail. Blah blah blah. But other than that, it used to be you have to get your gun license, but now with the law passed of the open carry, now it's just like I think anyone can just get a gun as long as you're 18 and legally buy it, and you won't get in trouble.
I personally believe that it should be, you need to get it renewed, like, you know, dare I say, your driver's license.
Yeah.
Because you know how, like, you have a driver's license, alright, but your vision gets bad over time. Sometimes there's people whose license get taken away because they aren't, like, oh, you've gone a little senile or something like this, you're not fit to drive. It should be the same thing with guns, because, like, who's, like, if it's not, like, I don't think it, like I said, I don't think it should be taken. I think it should be, like, every few years or something, same with a license. When you gotta renew your license, your ID, you gotta renew your fucking, you know, your gun thing. You gotta, like, so they can make sure you're still okay to own a gun. Because, like, if you're, say they do a thing and you're not mentally okay, like, you're saying some crazy shit, they have the right to be like, listen, we don't, like, you know, you're not in the right place to be able to have a gun. But there's so many people in the world.
Third place.
Which I find that specifically the people who are like, you're not gonna take my guns if I have them. If I have a gun, you're not taking it. Listen, I understand that, sir. But like, if you are unfit to own it,
and for the winner.
Sorry. It's the same thing as if you have a child and you're not taking care of it or you're treating it poorly, they can take it.
Yeah.
Like, if you're not fit to have it, you shouldn't have it. And that's with anything. Let's be honest. Bro's over here like, I'm just trying to play Cyberpunk. This man getting political.
Oh, you're good.
Listen, I talk about random ass shit when I am actually awake during these times. This is what Liv deals with a lot. Liv will be sitting with me and I'm like, you know the political state of America? And she's like, huh? And I'm like, oh, don't worry about it.
I want this done. Because you're here. Do I have to make you guys kill each other?
Suicide.
Sorry, little ones. They must be done. I want that gun.
This is another random one, but do you see how many people on, like, YouTube censor the title of Kill the Justice League? Like, they don't put Suicide Squad because of the word suicide.
Yeah, same thing on TikTok.
Well, like, I get, like, I get it's a thing, like, it's a triggering thing, but, like, sometimes the trigger warnings confuse me. Like, what is, like, half the time, what does it mean trigger warning men? Like, what? Or, like, there's some trigger warnings that I'm like, what the fuck are you, like, why? Like, I understand some. Obviously, there are some that are very understandable. Like, if there's a gore one, fully understandable. Some people can't handle gore. If there's anything that's, like, shows any type of abuse, or anything of a person being mistreated, fully understandable. Because that could be very, like, if someone gone through that scenario, they could get triggered by that. Understandable. But, like, if you just go trigger warning men, trigger warning this, like, stuff like, certain things like that, it's like, you can't really put it, like, what do you mean you're putting a trigger warning on men? Like, you're gonna see men everywhere. Like, I mean, like, what? What's what? Like, it confuses me.
Yeah, it honestly, sometimes people's logic does not make sense.
I also get confused on the whole TikTok trend of people recording their bodies in sexual ways and then putting hashtag fake body. The fuck do you mean? Is that a way for you to get away with posting it? Is that what that is? Is a way for them to like bypass? Like, oh, dude, so many people do that. Like what? Like, dude, there was this one person who was actively like pushing the boundaries of what they are allowed to post, and they were talking about like how they have an OnlyFans, and they were like, "Don't worry, TikTok, it's a fake body." The fuck, you're literally posting, you literally see it's your body. What do you mean a fake body? Your face is on that body, like your head, you are attached to that body. That is not a fake body. Like, what? What does that mean? What does that mean? Are you saying you're a fake human being? What does this mean? What do you mean fake body? Like, this has to be their way of just being like, oh, it's not a real body, you can't ban me. Motherfucker. You're gonna get one of these TikTok mothers who are gonna pull this up and go, those are real tits. You're banned. Like, what do you mean? Like, what do you mean
Kyle,
fake body?
Fake minor, fake minor.
That's like Epstein going, fake list, fake island, don't worry, hashtag fake island.
Weird shit all over.
Oh my god. But I'm like, what do you mean fake body? Like, it's very, like, I'm gonna look up right now. I want to see what the first thing that pops up. I'm gonna look on TikTok, hashtag fake body.
They're definitely gonna get some rude ass shit.
Definitely about to get a virus. Hashtag fake. Hold on, if I can write fake, holy shit. Fake body. Let's see the first video. Without audio. Okay. It's a girl doing a normal dance, this is fine.
I got that gun. I may have had to kill everyone. Not just the men, but the women and children too. But it was a legendary gun. So to be fair, it was worth it. Did I lose some new friends?
Dude, it is all lewd shit. You're right. Holy
I told
shit.
you!
Dude, it's all people showing it.
Just how you get fucking away with posting lewd shit. I know. Don't ask me why, but I just fucking know.
Why?
For
like,
you pages.
why?
Wild. Before. Yeah, I don't understand it. It makes no sense. I had to block all of those so long ago.
Not to go back to the whole don't sexualize me shit but
there's the big example right there.
There's so many people like this woman. I just saw this woman. She's eating. She said enjoying them sloppy seconds, and she's just eating a chicken wing, but she has no bra on, and like her you can very
tell
like she's like listen. She's wearing like a tight top, so you can very tell. And then I look in the comments and somebody's sexualizing her, and she's like, please don't sexualize me, blah blah blah. And I'm like, what? But like in the thing. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. I am a firm believer if if you're a woman who doesn't like wearing a bra,
yeah,
that's fine. If you like if you see it like okay, like if you're wearing a shirt and there's a nipple pokage, who fucking cares? Be a polite human being. Don't sexualize someone else. But when you say don't sexualize me, and then I look in the fucking bio, and it says OnlyFans link, don't worry boys, or something like that. Like, let me look in this person's bio. Oh, hold on. They might have had a change of heart. Oh, they had a change of heart. When? Oh, okay.
No OnlyFans.
So the comments is somebody going, didn't you used to have an OnlyFans? And I clicked the bio, and it says, God is your savior. Oh. That's another funny thing I find funny. When OnlyFans creators stop being OnlyFans creators to follow God.
And
like,
then
okay,
we'll slut shame other people. Like, weren't you a slut?
Well, like, I wasn't going that far, but it's like, how are you gonna shame somebody? Like, like,
double shame.
Like, I understand you bettered yourself. Good for you. You found religion. Not gonna shame you on that.
But don't.
But you can't be a hypocrite. You can't be a hypocrite. You can't judge someone. That's like a poor person becoming rich
and then
making fun of the poor. Like, you were that. You lived through that. You can't judge that person. In my personal opinion, nobody should judge anyone. Even though there are people who deserve to be judged, we shouldn't judge anyone. We should just exist, but we don't live in a perfect society.
Sadly.
Yes?
But no, like I said, I understand, like,
need to change up the style.
Oh, there's Tim's house, the AC. Oh, hold on, Tim. Let me look at the temperature.
Terrible. It's broken.
Well, it's been on since we last spoke.
I can buy a cowboy hat.
It still.
Oh my god, I can buy a cowboy
no, last spoke and the temp was 81. Now it's 80. I had to let him know about that 80-81 difference. But no, like I said, if you want to, like, for instance, like these women, if they want to post without a bra, who fucking cares? I don't think it should be something that you get shamed on or that I don't think that should automatically be an instant ticket for men to go on these apps and sexualize them because there's a nipple. Does that mean when I'm wearing a shirt and it rubs on me and my nipples get hard that you sexualize me? No, a nipple's a nipple. Who fucking cares? If that person is actively showing themselves to you in that way and like telling you to sexualize them, perfect. That's okay. But like, don't look at someone just because you think it you like it and don't don't creep them. Don't be weird. Be polite. Like you can have those. Oh, he's calling me. 1 second.
Oh god. Oh, that's right. Johnny's glasses gets rid of my face. Ultimate combo right here. Wait. With the cowboy boots. This is the character could do. We're gonna keep Johnny's jacket until we go kill Adams. Sure. Okay.
Wait, what? You're just gonna leave?
Let's see. Guess we'll go wherever this is. Go to a club. Hey. What the fuck are you guys doing over here, huh? Excuse me, you gotta back the fuck up. I don't know who you guys are walking up on. All this energy like that, but I crack at it. Hey, do not throw those bombs at me.
Wounded here!
Oh, what the? Is that guy alive? Yeah, I saved you. You're welcome. stronger. Alright. Oh, you had some shit from here. Okay. Damn. Oh, that's what this is. Yeah. Sweet. But if you can go, I'm not gonna hurt you. If I wanted to hurt you, you think I would have already done it by now? Oh, that's my bike. Whoa!
All units in the area. Criminal activity confirmed in Santo Domingo. I repeat, confirmed criminal activity in Santo Domingo.
521 reporting. Sorry, dispatch. Had to take a leak. I'm en route.
My bike! You drove the opposite way, you fucking asshole.
Mind your business, okay?
Haha, I'm gonna shoot everyone.
Why?
So, this fucker goes, alright, how's the AC? And I went, well, it was 81 when we last discussed, now it's 80. And he was like, oh, it's not working, you gotta turn it off. And I was like, well, that's not gonna help. Yeah, because his advice was turn it off, try to go to bed, and then turn it on when I wake up. And I'm like, no. And then my mom took the phone and she's like, oh, it gets hot in there. Trust me, I understand when it gets hot in there, like, especially upstairs. I'm like, got it, where I'm sleeping. And they're like, they're going on, like, but they keep telling me, oh, it takes time to heat it up. Yeah, Tim, I texted you at 8:46. You texted me at 3:07 a.m. I think that's a decent chunk of time for it not to work. And then they're talking to me and they're like, well, is cold air coming out of the vent? I'm like, yeah. So my mom's like, oh, well then keep it on. It's trying to work. And I'm like, well, it's been on for hours and it's not working. And they went, well, don't go below 72 on the AC, by the way. And I'm like, what? So I put it back. I put it on 72. But they're like, yeah, don't go over that or under that. And I'm like, it's 80 degrees in here. And they're like, yeah, it's hot. Yeah, it sucks. Call us tomorrow. Tell us if it's working. And I'm like, you fuckers. But the funny thing is, as I'm being like, oh, dude, like, because Tim's like, oh, I'm surprised you're still up. It's 3 in the morning. I'm like, well, I physically can't sleep in the heat. I can't survive in heat. I literally feel like I'm dying. And he's like, oh, so how's the dog? And I'm like, he's asleep. He's fine. He's living his best life. Mans is passed out. He was like, oh, how's the cats? Slumped! Everything in the house is slumped, besides me. Because one, I have a lot of energy right now for no goddamn reason. And two, I'm not going to be able to sleep in the heat. I think I have energy because I didn't go to sleep until, like, this I don't remember going to bed last night. Like, I got off, went upstairs, and then, like, I don't remember going to sleep because it was so hot. I just remember Julie getting up to go, like, I remember being awake, Julie going to work, getting ready to go to work, and me being like, and her going and picking up the fan, and then as soon as the fan was plugged in, I passed the fuck out. And here's how I know I don't think I slept, because when I woke up from that nap, or like that sleep with the fan, my entire side of my face was wet with drool. I had the best nap. I woke up and I was like, why am I wet? I'm like, I just... Oh yeah. Dude, I woke up and I was like, ooh, okay. And then immediately, the first thing I did was send you guys a video like, oh, wouldn't it be crazy if we played games? Then I went to the bathroom.
I was about to, actually, when I first woke up. So
I noticed, because when you were in bed, I noticed you got up. I can't sleep. Like I said, I overheat so easily. Like, where you guys are always like, oh, it's cold. And I'm like, it literally like...
Pretty sure they turned your great spot.
But I'm startled by it because, like, my mom tried to blame it on my weight, like, a few times.
Yeah.
But then she's, like, pointed out recently, she's like, actually, thinking about it, you used to be a fucking twig and you still overheated. And I'm like, yeah, it's just how I am. I don't do good with heat.
Blood pressure. I don't know.
Maybe.
Because I know my stepmom, her blood pressure meds make it where she's, like, is physically dying in the heat.
I've just always been like that. I don't know why. When I've had blood work done and they say I'm fine.
Huh.
But like, I've always, like, my entire life, if I'm in warm temperatures, I'm dying. If I'm in cold, I'm comfortable. Dude, it was to the point where it was winter, and I was in the house, and my parents had the temperature so hot, so I was hot. So I was like, oh my god, I'm sweating. So I went outside and was like, oh, I'll play in the snow. I made a igloo, or like a little snow, like, sleeping bag, and I fell asleep in the snow, buried under snow.
No.
Yeah, and it was comfortable, and I was, like, really happy with it. My mom came outside, and she was like, you're gonna get fucking sick. What are you doing? I'm like, I was hot. What do you mean? She's like, get inside. Stop. Like, I don't know why I overheat so much. I've always had to have a fan or something on me, like, growing up. Like, I would always overheat so easily. And it still happens now. That's also why, like, doing